Hi, this video is for Wednesday, April 8th for Algebra 2. Today I'm going to teach you, remind you, because I've taught it to you before, but I'm going to remind you how to write equations of lines when you are given a slope and a point that the line passes through. Okay, so if you remember from yesterday, we're going to use y equals mx plus b to write our equations of lines. So m is the slope, and they're going to give us a point, so we're going to have an x and a y to plug into this equation, and we're going to have to solve for b. And then once we solve for b, we're going to plug back in the slope and the y-intercept, and we're going to write an equation. Okay, so we're going to get started with it. So, example 1. Okay, so example 1 says, write the equation of the line whose slope is 2 and passes through -1, 3. Okay, so it passes through the point -1, 3, and the slope is 2. So if we're using y equals mx plus b, we're going to replace y with the y value of the point, so 3 equals m, our slope was 2, x, -1, plus b. Okay, so 2 times -1 is -2. So to solve this for b, we're going to add 2 to 3, so b equals 5. Okay, and then the equation of this line, we're going to take our slope and our y-intercept, and it would be y equals 2x plus 5. Okay, so that's it. That's the equation of the line. Alright, so you have to take the point that they give you and the slope, solve for b, then you plug back in the slope and the y-intercept, and write the equation. Alright, are you ready for number 2? Alright, let's do it. Okay, so example 2 says, write the equation of the line whose slope is -1/2 and it passes through the point 4, 2. Okay, so just like last problem, we're going to use y equals mx plus b, and we're going to plug in y, x, and m. So y is 2, m is -1/2, x is 4, and we have to solve for b. Okay, so this is -1/2 times 4, so you can either think of it as what is half of 4, or 4 divided by 2. Well, I know that 4 divided by 2 is 2, and this is negative. So we're going to have -2 plus b equals 2. And then we're going to add 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So b equals 4. And then our equation is going to be y equals -1/2 x plus 4. Okay, so like that. Alright, so those are some basic examples. Now I'm going to teach you about what happens when the slope is 1. Nothing really different. It's just going to be x. There's not going to be a number in front of the x because it's implied it's a 1. So we're going to have just plain old x. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so example 3, we have, write the equation of the line whose slope is 1 and it passes through the point -3, 8. Okay, so we're going to have y equals mx plus b. Alright, y, so the y of our point is 8. M is 1. X is negative 3 plus b. So 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Right, then we're going to add 3 to 8. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So 11 is what our b is. And now we're going to take our slope 1. So y equals 1x plus our b, our y-intercept, so plus 11. And now, technically, in mathematics, people don't write it like this. They don't put 1x. They just write x to keep it more concise. So, our equation is actually y equals x plus 11. Like that. Okay. So, hopefully that's making sense so far. If it's not, you can let me know, and I will help you. Now, the last two problems are special cases. So they're not quite like these two were. Alright, so example 4 says, write the equation of the line whose slope is 0 and passes through negative 1, 4. So the slope is 0 and it passes through negative 1, 4. Okay, so we can go ahead and try to set this up the way that we've been doing. So we have y equals mx plus b. Okay, so our y is 4. Our slope is 0. Our x is negative 1. So 0 times anything is 0. So that just means that 4 is our b value. So when we go to write our equation, we're going to start out y equals 0x plus 4. But again, most people don't write 0x when they're writing equations of lines. They would just leave that part out because, again, 0 times anything is just 0. So our actual equation is y equals 4. So anytime your slope is 0, your equation is going to be a y equals a number. And in this case, well, in every case, it's going to be the y of your point. If you notice here, the y of our point was 4, and the equation was y equals 4. Alright, so we've got one more problem. Okay, so example 5 says, write the equation of the line whose slope is undefined and passes through negative 4, 2. So slope is undefined, and it passes through negative 4, 2. Okay, when the slope is undefined, you can't really plug anything into the y equals mx plus b because the slope is undefined. That's not a number. You can't use it. So anytime your slope is undefined, your equation is going to be x equals some number. And that number is going to be the x value of your point. So since our x value of our point is negative 4, our equation is going to be x equals negative 4. And that's it. Okay? So hopefully that made sense, and it kind of seemed a little familiar since we talked about it before. Now I'm going to post this video along with the notes and Google form to Classroom under assignments. Alright, so if you need any help, let me know and I'll be happy to help you. Keep working hard and keep trying your best, and know that I think you're doing great, so don't stop now, keep going. Alright, so stay tuned for tomorrow. Bye.